Hi everyone. This video I'm going to talk about creating URL links from within a PDF document. As you can take a look at this form I have, and this can be either a form or any kind of PDF document that you want to use, you'll notice that I have a URL up here at the top of the form in this area. I also have a field down here where I'm asking the form filler to put their URL for their organization or a personal URL in this text field. And then I also have a pop-up menu over here where I have URL links to each one of these areas. So as you can see, I have several ways that I can create URL links that will open up a web browser and take the form filler to the target destination. So before I begin, I want to talk a little bit about this form and let you know what's going on here. So I'm going to close this form and then I'm going to reopen it. And the first thing you'll notice is I have an application alert dialog box here, and it says to strike the tab key before completing the form. So if I click OK, what I want to do is strike tab. And the reason I want to do that is because I have a button here because I'm creating a graphic that breaks the page borders. And if you're interested in knowing more about how to break a page border, you can send me a note in the description below this video, and I'll go over all the steps that I use to create graphics or text that break page borders. At any rate, it is a button, and that's required for a graphic that breaks the page border. And that button actually covers the first area over here. So what I'm doing is I'm asking the user to just hit the tab key and they'll come into this first field. And then if you take a look at this column, you can see that I have 3 lines here that contain fields, and currently they're set to read only, which means the form filler cannot populate these fields. On the left I have a checkbox, and there's a JavaScript in here that when I click, it makes this field visible. And then I can make a choice. Let's say we pick one from the drop-down menu. I tab out, and the amount field is automatically populated. Then I'll put in the number for this number. I'll put in one user to attend that session, tab, and then I have a total that appears here also at the bottom. I also have a discount coupon over here. So if I click on applying a discount, if I click here, you'll notice that now my total is eliminated from this field right here, and my new amount with the discount applied to it appears here. It also appears over here on my credit card information for the total amount that is going to be charged to the customer. And that's basically some of the attributes of this form that I've set up to create a form here for a conference registration, and you can just tear this apart and see some of those JavaScripts. Now, what I really want to talk about is creating URLs. So you can see right here I've got a URL that appears in the document. However, when I put my cursor over, you can see that it's not a URL link there. Now typically when you create a PDF document in an authoring program that has a URL in the text, it will automatically create a link in Acrobat to the URL destination. However, I added this text after the PDF was created, and it's a layered PDF, so I have a few problems here, and it didn't pick up this URL automatically, so I need to physically do that. And what I'll do is I'll just highlight this text. I'll get my edit tool here and make sure that I select this with the edit tool. And then I'm going to right click to open a context menu, and I'm going to choose create link. And in my link rectangle over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it as invisible. I'll leave the rest of these items as they are. And what I'm going to do is click on open a web page. So I'll click on this, I'll click next, and here's where I can type in my URL. And I don't need to type in HTTP. I can just go www. This is acrobatusers.com. And then I'll click OK, and now I effectively created a URL link there. The other area that I have is down here in this text box. Now notice that the same thing applies here. I don't need to type in HTTP, but I'm going to type in www. You need to type in at least www for the URL link to get active. I'm going to click and type in www.acrobatusers.com, and when I tab out, you'll notice that when I move my cursor back into this field and I click, then a dialog box appears and it says, do you want to allow Acrobat to go out to that URL? Because I have a JavaScript in this field that automatically creates this as a link. You can see that in the JavaScript editor over here. This is the JavaScript that you can apply to any text field, and then when the user types in a URL, they no longer can edit that field. What takes over is the URL destination. Just copy and paste this, and you don't even have to change a single item in this. Just copy and paste it into any field in your form that you'd like to do the same thing. And then the last thing that I have in creating URL links is this drop-down menu over here. You can see that, first of all, this is a title, and then each one of these items here in the menu are URL links. So let's take a look at what's going on with this JavaScript. I'm going to go to my edit menu here, and then I'm going to open this up. And you'll notice that this is a button. So in this button, I have this JavaScript. I'm going to click on edit here. And this is basically the script that creates that menu, that pop-up menu, and it has listed each one of the URL destinations here. I have this item that begins at the top. This is all within brackets here, and this is the title, and then over here this C name is item that is listed in the pop-up menu, and the C return is the target destination for the URL. All you have to do is copy and paste this JavaScript, change whatever URL destinations that you want, and change this item over here that is the title for each one of the areas. And that's all you have to worry about. So you can easily type in this JavaScript at the bottom here. It picks up the choice, and the actual command is application is the launch URL, and then C choice is the one of these items. So quite easily you can copy and paste that URL into any PDF document you have. It doesn't have to be a form. You can just apply it, and let's take a look at what happens when we click on one of these items. So let's go to Acrobat users. Acrobat prompts me to ask me if you want to allow Acrobat to go to that destination. I'll click on allow. My browser opens as a default, and then I am taken to the Acrobat user URL as such. Okay, so 3 ways that you can create URL links from PDF documents. Once again, they don't have to be forms. It can be any PDF file you have. One is a URL in text. When Acrobat does not automatically create that link for you, you can create your own link. Over here, I just typed in a text field with a JavaScript there that will automatically set this up as a URL link, and then a drop-down menu that will give you an option to create several items where you can have target URL links. So I hope this is helpful and you get something out of this. Once again, this is Ted Padova, wishing you all the very best in all your Acrobat activity. Until next time, bye-bye.